Hello guys, I created a thing. It is this thing. It's very cool robot mech thing. I created a mech previously. It kind of sucked. I don't know if I've showed that to you guys yet. I'm guessing I have. I say this a lot because I'm very forgetful. But this is the new mech. It's got a cool thing. Get in. If I press Q, it will close the door and stand up. Normally it doesn't do that. Yeah. But uh yeah, so this is like normal mode, like unarmed mode. And if I click E, um, it folds out the machine guns, and it now aims wherever I am looking. I can click to fire the machine guns, and yeah. But it's also got these fancy things on the back that you can see, where if I click numero 1, it does this. And now they follow where I'm looking. And they fire on right click. Very cool but it's actually decently strong. I've tested it against my friend's bomber planes. So yeah, it survives decently long. It's actually won a few of the fights. Yeah. So if I put the guns away now, I can walk forwards. It's a little bit of a weird walking process because on this step right here, it kind of hops and then catches. I don't know why it does that. I'm still trying to fix that, but um, yeah. It walks. It shoots. It does lots of things. It's a robot, mainly. It's a mech suit. Anyway, next I have to show a very, very terrible, but I mean, it works actually surprisingly well. It's a snowmobile. It does things that snowmobiles do. Actually, here we go. Now it's fully working. It's got lots of exhausts because this thing is apparently for air pollution. Um, it drives surprisingly fast for only having like one Dragon engine. Um, yeah, it drives, it goes, it skis, it mobiles. It's a snowmobile. It's kind of all it does. Next there is the last thing, which is called the SPP-TV-83. Here, let me spawn it in somewhere that makes sense. It's a little bouncy, but the acronym stands for Space Pirate Personnel Transportation Vessel, and it is version 83 of it. So you can see here, if I click 1, it toggles on the thrusters, and if I get above the ground, it starts stabilizing and holds its altitude. If I press G, it folds up the landing gear, nice and tight in there, hidden out of the aerodynamics. And just turn in place. So if I go up, I can go forwards and back, but I'm gonna start moving here in this direction. And if I click E, it will toggle on a mode that will go the maximum speed it can go while maintaining the altitude. So it will try to find the angle of the thrusters at which it can keep its altitude exactly at full power. So it can go full speed without losing altitude, which was surprisingly difficult, actually. It's still not very good as you can see, it wobbles a lot, and I feel like it probably would work better if I was to just manually find an angle and tell it to go to that angle. But then, like, if I do something like this, where it loses altitude a little bit, it won't compensate for that and tilt them down more. It would have just lost that altitude. So yeah, it's pretty cool. So I'm going to now come over here, and I'm going to land. It's a bit of a rough landing, but yeah. The suspension can take it, even though it's more or less the steering hinges for the landing gear that take that, because the suspension down there sideways isn't doing much. It I don't know, it's just there. I feel like it does help a little bit though. But anyway, that has been these cool things that I have made. I don't believe there's any other things I've made except for this weird truck thingy. It's just a truck thingy. It drives. It doesn't have much of a purpose. If I hold E, it turns on gyros and does a cool little aesthetic. That's about all it does. I don't know why I made this. It just kind of exists. Yeah, and now I'm upside down because that's how that works. But yeah, it drives. It does things that trucks do, I guess. Yeah. So that is it. That is all I have created. I will see you in the next video. This is not a very long video whatsoever. But yes, I will see you in the next video I create, which will be next week, hopefully. I will see you next time. Goodbye.